Salutations.
Hi.
We're doing a little meal prepping for the week over there. A little taco seasoning on the meat. It's cheese, and that's Emma's lunch.
Yep.
That works out all right.
Yep.
You got to surprise somebody today.
Yeah, I got to go surprise my dad at the airport.
Yep. That was kind of cool.
He was on his way back from Taiwan for a business trip and had a layover in Seattle. And I learned today that the Port of Seattle actually does like visitor passes to the airport. So I could go into the airport and basically spend his layover with him and hang out with my dad for a couple hours.
We weren't even sure if like you were even going to be able to get in.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, if it was up to Delta Airlines, apparently that would have been a no.
Right.
But yeah, visitor pass, that worked.
Yeah.
Kind of nice. We were going to actually park and take the light rail over, but the light rail wasn't running that early.
No, we woke up at essentially 3 o'clock in the morning to go do this because it was also daylight saving. So what was supposed to be 4 o'clock really felt like 3 o'clock.
Oh yeah, dragging right now. Yeah. So yeah, everything was pretty early, but while she did that, it was a lot easier to drop you off. Yeah. Oh man, trying to park there. Airports are chaos, as it turns out. While she did that, I went to my mom's because we had these delivered. So these, I'm gonna have a bunch more, obviously videos and such. These are Colsun 200 watt bifacial panels. So there's only 4 here right now. The rest of them are in Lenny the bus. His batteries are dead. I was gonna start it up today. Went to go start it up and it just nothing, just flat. So I have them on the battery tender, but the weird thing is I don't know that like it's not getting, it doesn't seem like it's charging. So it might just be a real slow trickle charge kind of thing, but we'll see. We'll return in a couple days and whatever. But there's 6 there, 4 here. These are the ones that are going to go up on our roof. Today is not the day. It's supposed to storm soon or something like that. But we're going to get them out of the truck and get them out here. They should be safe. We'll see. You know, fingers crossed. Not much we can do. We can't put them inside. We don't have room to put those inside, do we?
No.
Yeah, there's like no room. So, but we also don't want them in the truck where they might. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So I would actually put them in the cab of the truck, but I don't. It's not a whole lot of room for that either. And we also brought the power station because I want to show you guys how they perform. These are not regular solar panels. These are not. There's a reason that we returned the regular 100 watters. There's nothing wrong with getting a 100 watt. And by the way, if you are looking at 100 watt solar panels right now, if you're in the US, there are HQST solar panels, and we've had them, actually the ones that we had on the roof of our Esteem and then transferred over to our Holiday Rambler. You can get those right now for 49 bucks on Amazon Prime, free shipping if you have that. 49 bucks for 100 watts. That's 50 cents a watt. That is a screaming deal. And so these are just closer to 75 cents a watt. These are 200 watt panels versus 100, you know, it's a whole thing. So we will do some testing, of course. And as a matter of fact, we will not only be testing how do they interact on a white roof on a fiberglass trailer, but how do they do on our truck? So we'll have that. We need to unbox everything, of course, because we have I think it's like a 30-day return policy. We need to make sure that all of these panels, I mean, nothing's beat up. They also have foam and all that. The edges of some of them, you know, it might just been they kind of slid them and such. We'll just make sure that there was no damage, no bending, a shattered panel or something like that. But they are pretty resistant to breakage. We'll get all those tested out though, so we're gonna move pretty quickly. Now I also brought our wash stuff. So there's something weird. I love washing, especially in good weather, right? But when the weather's bad, I love washing rigs. So yeah, we're gonna do some of that. I brought the wash kit, and then this can just go right in the front later. Now the other interesting thing I've been playing around with is a company reached out and said, hey, do you want to try out our mini split? It's a 12 volt mini split, so more efficient than, well, much more efficient than this guy. This AC up here is rated for 1550 watts. So that's a lot. This one would be rated for, I think it's like 800 on high. So, you know, a little more than half of that. and there's no conversion losses associated, right? So 1500 watts on the roof right now is actually closer to 1700, somewhere in there, right? But the thing is like, where do you put a mini split, right? So a lot of people will put them right on their back bumper, but I'm not going to drill a hole. This is why we bought this trailer. I'm not going to drill a hole in here if we can avoid it. So do we have a way to mount an AC unit without drilling, without like a permanent install? Because what if we don't like the mini split, and what if we still cannot run AC off of solar? Well, that's kind of a bummer to like run all these holes, and then and the reality is that we could technically get a maximum of 700 watts off of this. We'll have 800 watts mounted. We can get a maximum of 700, and then you add in what we're going to have on the truck, right? So that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 800. Well, technically it'll be up to 1200 watts, up to. It's not going to be practical, but let's say another 800, right? So maybe this 800 runs the AC, and then that other 700 runs everything else. I don't know. Would that work? It would be worth it, absolutely, at that point. But what if it doesn't work? Then it's like, do we want to put holes in? Not really. So yeah, that's the whole thing. If you're wondering, by the way, yes, that tire is very flat. I'm actually putting this through a bit of a stress test, mostly for the battery, and then I'm putting this thing through the paces. Tell you what, man, because I've never had a mountain bike, an e-mountain bike, which, by the way, these, we have to charge 2 electric bikes. These are other factors, right? And so I hope to have the inner tube for this, finish that guy up, and we will be doing solar very soon. We'll have that video coming up, but we're going to do individual tests of these panels soon. Yeah, we'll do the individual tests, and we will we'll get these installed. This won't take long to install at all. We should have the splitter, because I think we're going to run the front 2 in series, the rear 2 in series. And usually I'm not a big fan of series, but keeps the amperage low, the voltage high, and yeah, we can definitely afford it in terms of what our charge controller can do. But also we have less losses that way, and because of the types of these panels, right, the technology, they are N-type panels, brand new, all the fancy crap, and the amount of bus bars and bypass diodes, we can reasonably afford some shading. And there's not the same issues with the panels where, if they are like half shaded, they're, the whole series string is out, right? So basically, like if there was even a corner shaded up here, if these two were in series, right, these two are connected to each other, it's not going to blank that out because of those bypass diodes. So not like perfectly efficient, not perfect, right, but definitely better than they would be otherwise. So anyways, I think that's how we're going to do that. So I need a 2-to-1 splitter for the connections up there, and I think we're fine. We actually ordered 2 types. One that's a hard connection, like we're using on our bus. The bus, actually, I think it goes 5-to-1. And then we also ordered a set that's basically like 2 cables that kind of merge into one. But because there could be some flex in that, I prefer the hard connection. So anywho, already getting mosquitoes, not getting bit by mosquitoes, but already getting these little like gnats and mosquitoes flying around. So we should have that tomorrow, and we're actually going to pick it up. There's a locker right up the hill at Safeway, so we'll get that installed. Yeah, lots of videos to come. I'm very excited, and yeah, it was nice. I got to see your dad. That was cool. It'd have been good to see him as well. He's a good guy. Yeah, good guy, but alas, I'm just glad she was able to get in at least. You never know, right? Like airports, I've never actually never flown under a commercial airline. Not a big fan of flying. Not my thing. I know some people, that's just another reason that this lifestyle I'm perfectly suited for, because I love driving, and I love small spaces, and I love how, our own cozy living machine, so to speak, and I love traveling by road, not air. So, but if you like to fly, probably isn't the best lifestyle for you, if that's like something Anywho, oh, we finally got our license plates. Finally picked those up. We haven't moved it, but coming up this week, actually, we are going to drop the dogs off at my mom's, and we're gonna head up to Canada for a Friday morning appointment where we're just gonna get a sensor replaced on this, and like there's like 1 or 2 other little tiny things, nitpicky things. We would not even care to get them done if we weren't already going there, kind of thing. And then we'll be actually doing apparently like an interview. They want to do an interview with us, see what our ownership experience has been like, and also I'm really hoping we get to do a factory tour. So I think I talked about this in our last live stream, but yeah. So anyways, it's gonna be a busy week. It's gonna be a super busy week. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Just a quick update here. We'll see you in the next video.